Hey y'all, it's TxStampin Sharon. I am back with another Mystery Monday. Today is Monday, August the 23rd, and I am live at 4 p.m. Central Time. So if you're watching the replay, I hope that you enjoy making your card. I hope that you're inspired to make more. This is a fun one. I did this mystery stamping at noon today, and they were stumped, but I think that everybody really enjoyed the results when they were done with their cards. So I just want to say hi to a few of you. Hello, Barbie. Hi, Mary. Hello, Vicky. Hi, Floyd. Hello, Cindy. Yeah, everybody knows that I have been sick and I have not done mystery stamping or YouTube lives in, I don't know, 2 weeks. I missed 2 Thursday nights. Once I got the right antibiotics, I was a whole new woman. So I'm happy that I'm back, and I'm happy to be feeling as good as I do. I really appreciate the love, the emails, the messages, the cards. Holy cow. I got a bunch of cards. So if you don't think that your hand-stamped cards bring a smile to somebody's face when they are sick or lonely or just missing you, think again, because I loved it when my husband would bring me stacks and he goes, "These are all for you." So let's see. Cindy says, did you watch the Gertie episode? You know what, Cindy? I missed it. I started watching the retreat. I got to watch Shelly, which, oh my gosh, the founder of Stampin' Up! Was on the Creative 8 retreat. How crazy is that? And then I watched Jackie's, and then I had to close the laptop. I was just too sick. I think I was more sick at my stomach that I was missing this retreat. You know, it's sad because we work for months ahead of time, and we're so excited to share on the actual retreat day, and when you get sick, womp womp, just not fun. So, but as you know, all of my projects were pre-recorded. For those of you who went to the retreat, attended the retreat, we have planned everything down to a T in case there's Facebook issues, internet issues, or if someone gets sick. So I hope that you enjoyed the projects. I look forward to seeing everybody at the next one, which is October 23rd. So there you go. Hello, Brenda. You're back for your second go round. Okay. Faye says that she had difficulty finding clue number 1, so may try to keep up. Faye, just a heads up, of course you know I put it on the Facebook group, but when I schedule these YouTube lives, I don't know if you can see it though when it's not, yeah, you should be able to see it. If you go to my channel and you see that I have a Facebook, a mystery stamping live coming up, the first clue is there. So even if that gives you another 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, to get your supplies ready. For those of you who don't receive the first clue in your email, you can sign up for my email newsletter and then get that first clue for every Monday's mystery stamping delivered to your inbox. So I know, we get so many emails. I'm with you. I feel your pain. When I was out sick, I had 500 emails, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so overwhelming. So I get it, trying to keep the emails down, but that is the best way to get the first clue. The best way to sign up for my newsletter is to go to my blog, www.txstampin.com, and request my newsletter. And then that way you'll be in the loop to get that first clue delivered to your inbox. So hello, Judy from Tennessee. Thank you. I was very sad to be sick. There's never a good time to be sick. I mean, really, you know, it's like, let me pick the time I want to be sick. No, that doesn't happen. But to miss the retreat, that was a bummer. Dixie says it's her first time live. Woohoo! Yay! I'm so glad you're joining us. Anyone who's new, this is your first live with mystery stamping, the number 1 rule is don't stress. This is meant to be fun. It is meant to inspire you to make a card. You're using your own supplies. I do it for free. Of course, if you ever need any Stampin' Up! Supplies, I'm happy to help you with that. But however, the whole thing about mystery stamping is just to inspire you. So if you get lost on a clue or you can't keep up for some reason, I really try to give you enough time to finish the clues. Just go rogue. Just do you. Just make a card. So, okay. Hello, Carrie B. How are you, my friend? Vicky Vay said, I thought I'd signed up for the email but just did it to make sure. Okay, yeah, Vay, make sure that you are on the newsletter because that's the best way. Because sometimes finding things on Facebook, and I'm doing mystery stamping on YouTube because a lot of you are not on Facebook. So really, if you're not on Facebook, the only way to get that first clue, for sure, is in your email. So, okay. All right. Oh, wait, somebody said something about Shelly. Cindy says, Shelly was so awesome and we were all so surprised. I mean, right? The founder of Stampin' Up! Did a Facebook Live on the retreat and she did great. She was so cute. She was so nervous. And I mean, I thought somebody was going to be there with her, but it seemed like she was by herself. And she stamped, her cards, of course, were beautiful. So heads up to any of y'all who have not done a Creative 8 retreat with us. You never know who our guest is going to be. Just saying. So there you go. Okay, I am going to switch cameras and we're going to get this party started. So here we go. All right, the first clue, like I said, was posted. There is a correction. Would I do a mystery stamping if there wasn't a correction by the time I get to you guys? The basic white cardstock is 4 1/4. We'll move that up by 7 1/4. 4 1/2? Who came up with that? I don't know. But you gotta give me a little break. I have been out sick, so it is 4 1/4. So I told you to have your paper trimmer. Go ahead and trim that now to 4 1/4. Okay, I'm sure you guys have done that. Let's move on to clue number 2. You still got your paper trimmer. I want you to score the basic white cardstock that is 4 1/4. For those of you who are screenshotting, 4 1/4 by 7 1/4 at 5 1/2. When you're done with clue number 2, type done 2. Margaret is talking about the retreat. I loved it so much at 1 Eastern time and loved my card. Came back on now. Oh, okay, not the retreat. You're talking about mystery stamping. I'm so glad you loved it. Carrie B says Creative 8 was so useful. The card recipes were awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Carrie. See, and Mary Yates was very surprised to see Shelly. I know, I'm like, who are we? We got the founder of Stampin' Up! On our retreat. Cindy Wagner says, love going rogue. Sometimes you just gotta go rogue. All right, I think you guys have got that. Clue number 3, add the designer series paper that measures 1 1/2 by 4 inches to the short flap. And that confused people earlier of the basic white that measures 4 1/2 by 4 1/4. See, there I go again. 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. So let me just show you what I mean. Let me get my sample. I have props. So here is our piece that is 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. You have scored it at 5 1/2. Let's just do it this way, okay? So now we have this little flap. I don't know what else to call it. So you're just gonna add your designer series paper right there, okay? Easy peasy. Add that with adhesive. Gary says, Gertie B was the best. I can't believe she made it this year. She is a hoot. We love having Gertie. We don't know what it would be like not having Gertie at the retreats. She is a mess. When you guys are done with clue number 3, type done 3. Diane says, is that the 5.5 score? Yes, so this is the 5.5 inch score. You scored it at 5.5. So now we have this little flap. So I told you on the first clue that your card is going to be portrait. So make sure that your designer series paper will allow it to be this way. Very important. This card cannot be changed to landscape. It has got to be this way. Sorry, guys. Oh, hi, Andy Farish. I didn't see you on. Okay, that was a pretty easy clue. All of these are really easy. Let me see just a few more since we have 113 on. I don't want to go too fast. Mary Yates says, Gertie and Harold. 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 I don't know how Harold puts up with Gertie. Oh, goodness. I'll have to send a message to Gertie that you guys enjoyed her so much. All right. Let's move on to clue number 4. Add designer series paper to that measures 2 inches by 4 inches to the basic white layer that measures 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. So that would be this. You just have this random layer of basic white that is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. So you're going to add your designer series paper to that with adhesive. When you're done with clue number 4, type done 4. Sue wants to know who Harold is. Harold is Gertie's husband. So Gertie is a featured guest that is an actress who does our retreats, Sue. Okay, so Nancy is just watching today. Well, Nancy, you're certainly invited to continue watching. I hope that you are so inspired when we're done with this card that you decide to go back, watch the replay, and make a card. By the way, for those of you who are watching the replay, you do not have to type the words done when I tell you to do that. That is just for those who are live. So if you're watching the replay, just stop and start and make your card. Okay, that was pretty easy. I think we're going to move on to clue number 5. Stamp your sentiment on the bottom of the basic white layer that measures 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And by the bottom, here I drew just a little fun picture. This is my basic white layer. It's going to go on the smaller side, so the 2 3/4 inch side. You're just stamping your sentiment at the bottom, leaving a bunch of white space at the top. Try not to stamp your whole sentiment to fill that up. Thank you, Marsha Long. It's so good to be back. I'm telling you, I'm not a fan of being sick, and I was not happy that I was sick for so long. But when you get the right antibiotics, it's amazing. Works every time. Sue says, okay, thanks for clearing up the Gertie and Harold mystery. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how Harold stays with Gertie. She's a mess. Cheryl Thompson says, so glad you're back. Hope you're feeling a lot better. Girlfriend, I am 100% better. So much better. I'm so glad. We even like moved bedroom furniture around yesterday. When we're done with this mystery stamping, I'm gonna go wax floors. I'm like, I have got the energy now. I did take it easy for a couple of days, you know, just to make sure I didn't have any kind of rebound issues, but I'm good to go now. Could I repeat clue number 4? Of course I can, Barb. Clue number 4 was to add the designer series paper that measures 2 inches by 4 inches to the basic white layer that measures 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. So this is what it'll look like. Just this random piece of basic white that I had y'all cut. And so that's what it looks like. You're just adding the designer series paper to this piece right here. Mary Yates, you and me both. I hate being sick. Ugh. And it was, like I said, it was not good to be sick during the retreat. But the Creative 18 did an awesome job. I've read some of the comments. You guys still had a good time even without me, and I'm so happy to hear that. So, all right, I'm starting to see a few dones with 5. Let me see some more. Clue number 3. Mary says she is relaxing in the hammock. That's amazing. Okay, clue number 3. Add designer series paper to your card base. And that was this right here that you scored at 5 1/2. So you have this little flap. You're gonna add the 1 1/2 by 4 inch designer series paper to that flap, okay? So that is clue number 3. Mary Yates said, did they give you a Medrol dose pack? No, I didn't have that, Mary. Kate Wright said, it was great, but we did miss you so much. Loved your cards. I'm so glad you loved my cards. Did y'all not love that pinwheel card, that pinwheel tower card? I had so much fun designing those cards. And it's an easy card. Once you know how to do it, that was the thing. Had to figure out how to do it. Yes, Mary, they covered me well. Marilyn Bird says, my new friend that I sent to you loves mystery stamping. She is Leslie in Temple. She loves my laughter. I'm so glad, Marilyn. Well, hello, Leslie in Temple, and I'm assuming Temple, Texas. I am thrilled that you're here, and I hope that I laugh often and you have, and it puts a smile on your face. That's all I can ever say about my laugh. Marsha Long says, all of us was thinking about you, missed you, and we're praying. Oh, I felt the prayers. Thank y'all so much because, I mean, it wasn't COVID. Thank the good Lord. Thank goodness it wasn't that. All right, clue number 6. Time to stamp the rest of that basic white layer that measures 2 3/4 by 4 inches, the one that has your sentiment at the bottom. Use stamps, dies, punches, whatever you have chosen for today's mystery card. So, this may take a little bit longer for some of you. Others may just plop a stamp on. Some of you may have to color. Don't feel pressured, don't feel stressed, but when the majority have finished with clue number 6, we'll move on to clue number 7. So this is something that you could finish later if you have to. Kate Wright said, my daughter and I just made the pinwheels yesterday. Too cute. I mean, what I thought was so adorable is that the card is only 4 1/4 inches tall. I thought that was precious. So much fun. Mary Yates said, I thought that would explain all the energy. Oh, the Medrol? No, the antibiotics? No, they didn't give me energy. They just healed me. Sandy Armstrong said, had to leave for an appointment at 1, so finishing watching now. Isn't that great that I have mystery stamping on twice a day? So if you do miss part of one, you can always catch the other one. And of course, you can always watch the replays. Marilyn Bird says, Leslie is a morning person, so she does Facebook. I'm an afternoon person, so here I am. Okay, I get ya. Mary Yates says, oh yes, your laughter is such a delight to hear. I'm so glad. People have said that it sounds like, what was that tune? Some kind of tune, some kind of melody. I don't know what it was now. Marsha Long said they could have recorded your laugh to play at the retreat. Oh, that's funny. Medrol is a prednisol. Oh yeah, no, I didn't have any of that. Margaret Bourgogne says, being ill is definitely an inconvenience. My son has been ill for 3 weeks, not COVID. I am so sorry he has been sick for 3 weeks. Me being sick for a week and a half was plenty enough, but 3 weeks, I couldn't imagine. Diane Lockwood says, ugh, I hate this new Stampin' seal. You know what? I think it's a love-hate thing because I struggle with it all the time. So just in case y'all haven't seen any of my videos or my tips, this is the best thing to use to get it started. I'm not a fan of starting it with my fingers. Sometimes I'll do it and then I always regret it because I get some of that adhesive on my fingers and then you're trying to get it off. The silicone mat is the best thing to get it started. However, this stuff is so strong, it tears my basic white cardstock. I haven't noticed it as much on all the colored cardstock, but the basic white, yes. Once you get it started on your card layer, let me just see, let me grab a piece of cardstock. Okay, this one got bent. So once you get it started on your card layer and it stops on you, go back over to the area that has adhesive and touch it and it'll start again like that. Hope that makes sense. I know you can't see the adhesive. There we go. Okay. So see how I started it again where it kind of went off in a V? Hope that helps you, Diane. Oh yeah, me too. I'm glad it wasn't COVID either. I mean, I would have been sick a lot longer, so certainly glad it wasn't COVID. All right, let's see how you guys are doing on 6. I only see a few dones with 6. If you're done with 6, type done 6. Diane said, I got a loop of clear used stuff sticking out and I cannot get it back in. So you do know to take it apart and try to feed it. See if that helps, Diane. I don't want to mess this one up because it's not broke. But yeah, it's a love-hate thing. I feel you. I'm so sorry. You know, when we had snail, it had issues all the time. So I don't know. Is there really a good adhesive tape runner out there? I wish we had it. Clue number 7, adhere the basic white layer that measures 2 3/4 by 4 inches, which is the one that you just decorated, to the colored cardstock that measures 3 inches by 4 1/4 with adhesive. So that's just this. We're just adding the layers together with adhesive. Diane, maybe you need some liquid glue at this point. You know, I keep the liquid glue right on my desk because once I get frustrated with seal, I grab the liquid glue. Patricia says, do you still sell the videos PDFs after the retreat if we missed it? Yes, ma'am, I do. You can find it on my blog today. It went live this morning. My blog, www.TxStampin.com. Go to shop. Let's see, what does it say? Shop and then tutorials. Let's see, TxStampin. Go to shop and then purchase my tutorials, and you'll see it as the very first one there, Patricia. What is happening here? Mystery Monday. I hope that helps you, Patricia. If you have trouble finding it, let me know. Well, hello, Bonnie Bolin. I'm so glad you're here. You are a bit late, but I hope you enjoy the replay. Sue Wall says, I only use double stick tape and glue. I've never had success with the runners. I know. See, I think that the runners just all have issues of their own, no matter what it is. So, whoops, let's take that off. Come on. Kate Wright said, I've had problems with the Stampin' seals as well. I prefer liquid because it's forgiving. Yes, it does. It gives you that wiggle room. But I do sometimes use the Tombow strip seal. I've never had problem with that. Okay, all right, good to know about that. I may put that bug in Stampin' Up's ear. So Patricia, if you can't find that tutorial, let me know, okay? All right, how are we doing on 7? Okay, there's some 7s. I know, Mary, I've seen those large runners, but you know what? I'm not a fan of those. I don't want that big chunky thing. I've seen those before. I've tried to use them in the past. Sandy says, I have a problem with this adhesive having tails when I lift up. Are you talking about the blue one or the other one? The Seal or the Seal Plus? Let me get my Seal Plus. Let's get my seal. So yeah, I kind of do a little check mark, if you would. I can't even get it to start. But yeah, it's like just a little flick of my wrist to see if that helps with that stringy, gooey tail stuff. See, this is not started. There we go. So yeah, I mean, it kind of leaves, let me pick this up. It doesn't want to break. Can y'all see that tail? Yeah, it just doesn't want to break, but if you kind of flick your wrist, maybe that'll help. Mary Yates tends to use more glue than seal. Okay. That's what it's called, Andy, ATG. I couldn't remember the name of that big adhesive. And Marcia can't use the HTG either. Me neither. Ah, you get tails with both. Try flicking your wrist. All right, clue number 8. This is kind of a long one. Place the basic white layer that has designer series paper on the bottom of the 2 1/4. No, that measures 2 1/4 by 4 1/4 on the bottom of the card base. All right, now watch carefully. I want all of you to watch me, okay? So this is the 4 1/4 that we've already added our designer series paper. You are going to place this right here, and you are not going to add it to your card. Do not put adhesive here. I did not stress that enough when I did the Facebook one, and people stuck theirs down. Do not add adhesive to this. Just lay it right there and leave it alone, okay? All right. Take the basic white and colored cardstock layers that you decorated, pretend mine is decorated, and I want you to add adhesive to the bottom and the top only. And then when you've done that, I want you to place it right there. That adhesive is going to connect that bottom piece to your card, okay? Hopefully that is clearer than what I did on Facebook, because although one of the cards I saw, she got extremely creative when she glued this piece down. So there's a way to fix it if you do it. But I am telling you all, do not add adhesive to that piece right there. This adhesive is what's going to stick and lift that up so it will be a card front, okay? So Helen likes the Tombow adhesive too. So is the Tombow adhesive a tape runner? Yeah, Barb, I agree. Like I said, it took me a long time to learn how to use these to where I could feel like I could use them in front of y'all. but it takes a little practice. This is the strongest tape runner adhesive that we have had, I think, ever. It's just such a good, strong adhesive. I tend to use the Seal Plus more than just the Seal, but they're both good adhesives. Just take some practice. All right, when you're done with clue number 8, type done 8. Marilyn says it's a tape runner, but it's not great either. So is that the Tombow one? Is that what you're saying? Brenda Bennett says, whoops, where'd it go? Oh, you took it back. Tombow is a tape runner. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so do y'all want to hear a funny story? On Wednesday, my daughter and her husband are going to be models for a bridal wedding planner magazine article. Now, they've been married for a couple years. They're the ones that have Baylor. And it's so fun because I get to have my picture taken too. There's going to be like a fake wedding. There's going to be, a cake and appetizers and drinks. They're going to throw rose petals as the bride and groom leave. We don't know what to expect, but you know what? It is a fun thing that we're doing Wednesday afternoon into the evening. I mean, it's like from 3 until 8:30 at night. So it's going to be fun. So you never know. You might see me and my daughter in a wedding magazine. I don't know. This is going to be crazy. So the Tombow is like the old Seal tape runner. Okay, gotcha. I know, Vay. It's so different. It's so exciting. So we got our nails done today in between mystery stampings to match our dresses. I'm wearing the same dress that I wore to her wedding. Luckily, it still fit. But yeah, I just think it's so fun. Okay, thank you, Helen. So it's like the snail adhesive. Yeah, I don't know. You would think that somebody could come up with a good adhesive that was just perfect. Good and strong, but didn't mess up. I know, Barb and Kate, I'm excited. This is gonna be fun. I met my daughter at 1 after mystery stamping at the nail salon. We got pedicures and we got our nails done, and they're doing her hair and makeup. I mean, this is a big deal. On Saturday, we went to a bridal store north of here, and she got to go in and just try on wedding gowns, find one that fit, that didn't have to be altered, and we walked out the door with a wedding gown for free. I mean, it has to be returned, but still, it was like, this is so crazy. It was very stress-free wedding dress shopping because we didn't care how much it cost. We didn't care anything. We just, do you like it and does it fit? That's all we cared about. So it's been fun. I will let you know, Ernie, what magazine. I'm sure it's some bridal magazine. I know it's something out of Fort Worth, Texas. So I do know that. And a lot of this is for the wedding planner's portfolio. I mean, she's paying for all of this. I mean, like I said, there's going to be food and a cake and hair and makeup and flowers. They're even having their dog, Mowgli. You guys have heard me talk about Mowgli, my grand dog. He is going to have a floral greenery collar, and he's going to be in the wedding. Brenda says, have fun, but don't overdo it. It is really hot here. Oh, I know. I won't overdo it. It's going to be fun. I'm sure they'll have a place inside for us to wait until it's time for photos and all of that. Patricia Zepp says, sounds like fun. Do you get to eat and drink too? Yes, ma'am. We get to eat and drink too. Okay, so here's the funny part. They have hired the guests for the wedding. Like, it's supposed to be a small pandemic style wedding to show that you can still have a nice wedding. There's even going to be people on a Zoom watching virtually that we don't know. Like, we don't know the guests that they've hired. We don't know the people on the Zoom. I mean, this is going to be so funny. Oh, Ernie says, do I need guests? Nope, sorry, they already hired them. And I was like, okay, how do you hire people to be a guest at a fake wedding? Like, is that like an actor's job? I don't know. It's just, this whole thing is bizarre. Oh, Mowgli is gonna have a blast. He's gonna have a blast. All right, let's see. I think you guys are done with 8. Let's move on to clue number 9. I just had to tell y'all that, so thank you for letting me share. Clue number 9 is to add embellishments. I decided to add embellishments to mine in a unique way. So if you think your card needs embellishments, add them now. Your card pretty much is done. So when you are done with your embellishments, you can type all done. Gloria says, ATG is an advanced tape glider and the rolls of tape are so economical. I'm sure they are because they're huge. I mean, from what I can remember, they're like this big. I can't even get my hand in the camera, but they're big. So, yeah, I'm sure it's very economical. Let's see. Vay says, I bought some double-sided Scotch tape that's pretty good. Just takes a little practice because there's no paper on one side of the tape. Comes out like regular Scotch tape. Yes, I have used that before. Mary Kate says, wannabe actors. I mean, I guess to be in a fake wedding, how does this work? I was like, I mean, first of all, my daughter's never been asked to be a model, which of course I think all my daughters could be models. You know, what mother doesn't? But this is actually, the wedding planner is a friend of hers. And so she asked them if they wanted to do it. And they're like, yeah, sounds like fun. Okay, I'm starting to see some all dones. So hopefully I'll let y'all know on Thursday night when I go live here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Central. Stay tuned on Thursday Night Live. I will give you an update of how the wedding went on Wednesday. Send us pictures of the wedding, fun for all. I know, that would be fun. I'm going to be taking some pictures. I don't know how many I will be able to take, but hopefully they'll let me take pictures. I don't know. Sandy says you will need to post pictures if you can get a release from the company. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, you guys are all done. Do you love your card? Is it so cute and different? Oh, the ones you've used have been smaller rolls, not the big ATG thing that I'm thinking, that big runner thing. All right, so let me get my card and let me show you. Let's take away our prop. Bonnie says, my niece did things like that all the time when she was in modeling school. Oh, how fun. Maybe that's who these actors are. I don't know. Okay, here's my card. Let's open it up. Does yours open like that? Or did you glue that piece down? So see how the garden green grabbed that and that became my card. So look where I put my gilded gold gems. I thought, oh, on the flower pot, that's kind of cute. Something different, a unique fold for mystery stamping. So I hope that y'all love your card. I hope that you think it's a fun card. Hello, Stella, coming on late. So good to hear you laughing again. I know, right? I am so happy to be back laughing. I feel great. And I'm so blessed with all the thoughts and the prayers and the cards that I got. So thank you all so much. Kate says she loves hers. The top card is a little uneven, but I love it anyway. Okay. Oh. Okay. I hope that you all love your cards. What is happening here? YouTube is being silly today. The gems match my nails. I didn't think of that. Beautiful card, love the fold, says Sue Wall. I am so happy. I hope that this inspires you to make more of these fun, I don't know, is it a fun fold? It's just unique. Peggy Williams says she loves her card. Brenda Bennett says, cool card, I did mine right this time. Yes, you give us a giggle, lady. Extras are actors. Extras from actors. Okay, yeah, you're probably right. They're probably actors. Barb Hendrickson says, I love this card design. I've made these a lot and they're always fun. I know, right? It's just, what do we even call it? Who cares? It's just a fun card. Sheila says, I love the card. Thank you, Sharon. You're so welcome. Have you ever done a Joy or J fun fold? No. I've done a W fun fold. A J fun fold? I'm off to find out what that is. I've never heard of that. Kate says, so glad to hear your laughter again. Remember to take care of you first, because that's the most important thing. Thank you. I will. I promise. I promise. Everybody is loving their card. I'm so happy that you joined me today for mystery stamping. I'm so happy to be back doing mystery stamping. I'll be back next Monday for another fun card. Invite your friends. You know, if you have friends that live far away from you that love to make cards, invite them to join us for mystery stamping because it's fun. Let's see. Gail says, I designed a chasuble for a minister friend of ours for a Midwest sewing expo. We didn't tell him he was going to walk down the runway with a gal dressed in a bridal dress. His face was so red. Anna says, love the card, just didn't put my stamping in the right place. Would have been more centered, but that's okay. I still love it. Okay, good. Andrew says she found one on Pinterest and made my own. Okay, that's the J fold. Made a bright, fun birthday card using textures and frames. Oh, fun. Okay, all right, guys. Have a great one. Join me Thursday night for the update on the wedding. Happy stamping, y'all.